Probably the best model I ever found that helped me really make ginormous breakthroughs in childhood sexual abuse, addiction, suicide recovery was the internal family systems model, and really like a paraphrased version of it. Not it exactly, but internal family systems is basically the concept that there is a family ecosystem inside of you. Like everything that is you, inside of you, there is an internal mother, internal father, internal sibling, internal child, right? And this is extremely helpful to completely move around the gender norms of society, the, societal norms of masculinity, and be able to explore yourself from different angles that you normally don't let yourself. And what I mean is that people talk about men not being able to access their feminine side. And while I do agree that is true, as a majority, men are horrible at emotions. I agree, and emotions are part of the feminine side of what makes up every human being. But we don't give men a good frame to approach the feminine side. We say, express your emotions, allow your feminine side to shine, and we listen to women tell us that, and so we then, we listen to these other women and we try to figure out, this doesn't make me feel like a man, and it's a woman saying it, and now I'm running into this problem where I feel like I'm running to like this weird stepmother, and it doesn't work, and I'm afraid of it, and I'm uncomfortable by it, and it's going to make me look stupid, and so I'm not going to do it. But the internal family systems model lets you be your own female leader and other things. So like you have an internal mother. So the best way that I approached this was, if you were the best mother on the planet, and figure out what that means to you. If you were the best mother on the planet, how would you receive yourself as you are right now? Right? Like, imagine you're two people. You're who you are right now, and you're also this internal mother that's like the best mother on the planet. How would you receive yourself? How can you mother yourself the way the best mother on the planet could? And you get to decide what that means. Right? You get to figure out what it means for you to have a good mother. Maybe you didn't have one growing up. Maybe you've never had a positive feminine authority figure in your life. Or maybe you have. Regardless of it, you get to pick what yours is inside. Same thing for the father. If you were really the best father, and part of this is you have to understand what a good father is, or a good mother, or a good sibling, or a good child. But if you were a good father, what would that mean? How could you father yourself in the way the best father on the planet would? Well, what does a good father do? A good father holds you accountable, pushes you beyond your comfort zone, and lets you fail, and provides you, strength to do anything, right? Whereas like a mother is good at holding you, right? Holding your emotions, reassuring you, soothing you, loving you. A father is good at holding you to a standard of male that he's trying to mold you into. And take that how you will for the best version of a father. So you think like, oh, how do I father myself in this moment? And it's not that you do one or the other also. Like, you do all of them at the same time. So you're away right now. And you have to go through the whole gamut, right? Okay, how I am right now. How would the best mother on the planet receive me right now? Well, she would, hold me and tell me that she notices that I'm exhausted and that I'm fighting hard, and that she's proud of me for really trying, and she sees me really try, and she says she doesn't make any solutions. She just holds me where I'm at, soothes me, tells me she loves me, right? That can happen. And at the same time that that's happening, you father yourself as well, right? You say, okay, your mother is loving you. How can I push you, right? Because a family is an ecosystem. One person isn't supposed to do all the jobs. So your mother is really loving you and holding you where you're at right now. How can I push you to move forward? Because again, that's masculine and feminine, right? The feminine is Mother Earth, it's grounded, right? The masculine is Father Time, it moves forward, right? So the masculine energy is a movement upwards and forwards, while the feminine is movement downwards and inwards and holding. And it's not even movement, it's just the orientation of the earth, of the ground, right? And so the father is trying, how can I push myself right now? Okay, the mother is loving me. I have the love. So if I have the love, I can now look forward with this love and this recognition. How can I move forward? What can I do? What are the steps I can take? What's the logic? What's the rationale, right? The father takes care of that. The mother takes care of the emotions, takes care of, the feelings, takes care of the intuition, the spirituality of it, right? The sensuality of it. And then you think, the sibling. What is the sibling? The sibling is like the teenage confidant almost. If you were if you were 15 and you had a 14-year-old brother, or maybe it's an older brother, whatever. You're in your teenage years kind of, and if you were the best sibling to yourself, what could that mean? How would you open up to that sibling? Because you open up to a sibling different than you open up to your mom, different than you open up to your dad. Provided they're all perfect or the best possible versions of those things they could be in your internal family system. So the sibling takes a different role, because maybe you ask for advice different from your sibling, right? And if you're that sibling to yourself, you give different advice than a mother would, than a father would, because the sibling's job isn't necessarily to protect, it's to fight alongside. Right? So how could you be that sibling and fight alongside yourself? The father will give you the strength, will give you the room, will give you the push. The mother will give you the hug, right? Give you the assurance. The sibling will be in the trenches with you, right? Be there with you. And then the child, to be your own child. And this one was confusing for me because, I didn't really understand what this would look like, but it's like, if you were the best version of a child, what would that be? And then I would start thinking, maybe I wouldn't cry so much, or I'd sleep better. But it's not quite the child like the way the others are themselves. It's more so, if you were your own child, how would you look up to you as the parent who you are right now? And how would that relationship exist? So a child, think about what a child is. A child is childish, duh, right? So it's the room for you to have these childish realizations, thoughts, feelings. Like, I feel small, I feel weak, everybody's out to hurt me, everybody this, I'm never gonna, these big, grandiose, the innocence of childhood ushers out these ginormous fantasies of emotions and timelines and futures. Be that for yourself. Allow yourself to recognize that there can be a separation between you as the son or the daughter and you as the father, you as the mother, you as the sibling, you as the child. They're all different pieces that make up the ecosystem. So denying a part of that is ruining the dynamic of the family. The family cannot work together if one piece is denied. And so if you deny your childish thoughts, childish feelings, childish dreams, childish fears, if you deny those, you deny the child. And that's the basis of inner child work, is allowing there to be room for the childish version of yourself to exist, and not hating it, not calling it weak, right? Not bullying your own child, but being the father to your own child, being the mother to your own child, being the sibling to your own child, in the sense that, how does a sibling who's 14 handle a newborn in the family, right? It's kind of create that dynamic in yourself, because it will allow you to get past the fucking confusing and bullshit gender norms of everything, and masculinity and femininity norms of everything, and explore yourself from different avenues. And the most important piece is that it gives these parts room to be a part of the family system, because a lot of people think that it's just them. It's just a singularity inside of them. But it's not. There's an ecosystem of all these different pieces, and they're different, and you make up each individual piece and all the pieces together. Don't deny that. Dive into the pieces. Understand they're just pieces, so you can allow them to really be what they are. And that will give you an internal stability and an internal support network that no real family can give you. Even if your family fucking rocks, is the best family ever, that family will never be able to give you what your internal family can give you.